Hello and welcome back to another installment of the Gaming Breakdown. In this installment we're going to be talking about where's the difficulty. I'm Tenebrae and I'm here with my co-host Hiko.
The Crimson Shin.
Again, name changes. And where's the difficulty? This is one that that really bothers me personally, along with another segment we're going to be doing right after this called Where's the Depth? But we'll get into that later because a lot of the depth being taken out has a lot to do with the difficulty being taken out. Yep. And first off, are games getting too easy?
Most definitely. Because you see a game now, and basically games are just getting pumped out so quickly, which is great. You got more to play, but you don't got all the time to play it, but that's why they're getting so fucking easy. Nowadays, you're just getting a game, you're flying through it in a few hours, and then you're on to the next game.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's just because we've gotten better at gaming, and I think that might somewhat be true, but there comes a time when I pick up a game on release, and then I'm done with it before, the next day.
Yeah.
I went and I beat the campaign already, or I beat the single player. It's just getting so easy for me to do that on the hardest difficulty, too. I mean, I know I did it with, all of the recent games I've bought. I did it with
Reach.
With Reach. I did it with Raccoon City. We'll talk about Raccoon City later on in the episode. But I know that I beat that game. Me and Hiko, we both got it. We went and we played it the day after release. Day of release.
Yes.
Yeah, we got home. Like we went and we got it together. I drove him home from school.
We had shit set up, man. I had a whole operation going on. I had bottles of water up there. I had chips. I just had it set up so even if I had to go to the bathroom, there was an empty bottle there.
And while it was, in fact, a short game, Raccoon City, I mean, it wasn't a long game. There wasn't much content to it. We blew through it in, less than 5 hours.
It was 8 hours. It was 8.
No.
That one was 8.
Raccoon City.
Yes.
No, we played through it twice, though, didn't we?
We did play through it twice, yeah.
Because I remember we played through it once, then we played through it again.
Yeah.
In the same day. It was weird. Yeah, so the game, it just goes to show you how easy it was for us to just go, oh yeah, we beat it on this difficulty. You want to crank it up to all the way maximum? Yeah, let's do that. And then we beat it again on that difficulty immediately after, and it took us 8 hours overall. Yeah,
that's what it was. We fucked up the first time because I thought I had it set to the highest one, but it was on normal because the way the lobby worked in it.
Yeah.
So we got to the third one, and then we had to start over.
Yeah, and we stomped our way through it, and we were like, why is this so damn easy?
Yeah.
And then we were like, oh crap, the difficulty's on normal. Shit. And it was still easy when we cranked it up. And I just get the feeling that, me personally, I get the feeling that a lot of games nowadays are getting too easy.
They're getting dumbed down.
Well, that's more of a thing for depth. But the difficulty on them, they're not as hard. Hard difficulty does not cause me to rage as often as it used to.
I can't agree with you there. Talking myself, I rage.
I mean, just the games, they don't cause me to spend like a good 2 weeks dedicating myself to trying beating a game on the hardest difficulty. I mean, there's not enough depth, or not enough difficulty to keep me in the game for long enough. I mean,
that's true.
If the game is a really long game, what's an amazingly long game?
Fuck. There are some out there. I mean, Magna Carta was really long for me, but you never played it.
Yeah, I never played it. The Uncharted series has always been relatively long for a traditional game that has a set story mode and you go through it and you play the levels. That one's always been relatively long. You play it for a few hours just to beat it, regardless of the difficulty, because it's so long. I mean, and that's something that has been taken away, is having to spend all those nights playing to beat a game on hardest difficulty so you can brag to your friends or so you can get that achievement.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I remember I used to try my heart out to beat games. I mean, not so much Halo, but I remember when I was really young, beating games gosh, 007, beating 007 GoldenEye on the hardest difficulty was the hardest thing in the world for me. And I'm not sure if the game was actually hard or it was just because I was, bad. Because I was bad.
For me, the game that I did that with was Prince of Persia. Sands of Time. I tried to see how fast I could get through it. I played it so many times that I got that good at it, that I got to the point where I could beat it in almost an hour and a half,
Yeah.
It was just so quick that I could fly through that fucking game.
Yeah. All right, so now that we got done with discussing what are games getting too easy, because we personally think that they are, and I'm sure a lot of people would agree with us, and then a lot of people would, mainly the newer generation of gamers, like Hiko's cousin Tommy, who's, how old is he?
You always gotta talk shit on Thomas.
I love Tommy.
He's a freshman, I think.
Yeah, same with my girlfriend's younger brothers. They are really used to easy games. They're really accustomed to games being really easy. And I think that's interesting because when we were younger, when we played a game, it was hard as shit.
Oh, fuck yes.
We would spend hours completing something, and it drove us nuts when we couldn't.
Yeah.
And we're going to get into our next topic, which what makes a game difficult? In your opinion, Hiko, what makes games difficult?
What makes a game difficult definitely has to be what you have to do in that game. Whether or not something you do is optional, that's a big thing there. How many resources you have in that game. Like, for example, Resident Evil, the first one, when you got in a fight with a zombie or something, you got messed up.
You had one ammo. You had one shot.
You had no fucking ammo. You had to decide if you were like, alright, am I going to use my knife or am I going to try and blast this fucker? And then, after you decide that, let's say you get messed up a little bit, you got to think, alright, should I just try and live off of this very small amount of health right now? Or, use up this single green herb that I have because I need it? Or should I try and, survive off this little bit and find a red herb, mix it together, and then, I'm good. Because there's only so many goddamn herbs on the fucking game. So if you use that one green herb, now you got a red herb there forever with nothing to be paired with.
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, what makes a game difficult is your enemies. And I say that in a way that, for me, it's always been I've always been relatively good with managing my health and stuff in games, or managing my
keeping track of yourself,
keeping track of my character itself. And the thing that always got me was facing certain enemies that would just give you no mercy, that would just stomp you. Games like Ninja Gaiden and
oh fuck,
and to say another game, Operation Flashpoint Dragon Rising, games that literally did not pull their punches with their enemies. Their enemies would mess you up if you got even slightly careless.
Well, here's one of the things you said, Flashpoint, Operation Flashpoint. The AI isn't great in that game.
No.
They're not trying to dodge your bullets. They're fucking killing you. That's what they're doing.
That's their job. And you know what? In a game like that, it's not even like, oh, I have to enter this button combination, because it's an FPS. It's like a realistic. It's not in an authentic game. There's not like, oh, it has these, weapons that are realistic. They're real weapons. No, this game is actually quasi-realistic in the sense that you cannot take punishment. If you get shot, you're fucking shot.
Yeah, you start bleeding out. You need to hope to God your guy has field dressings. And you need to also hope that your medic is somewhere near you.
Yeah, if you get shot in the leg, you're limping if you're not on the floor bleeding to death.
Yeah.
I mean, if you get shot in the head, if your helmet somehow blocks the shot, then you have a freaking concussion and your vision gets blurry and you're
that's true.
Dying, basically. It's just that type of difficulty where in a Ninja Gaiden, your enemies would just kill you.
Yeah, your enemies are trained better than you, it feels like.
Yeah, your health would go down instantly if you stopped, comboing and blocking and dodging and getting yourself, out of a bad situation. If you did not correct a bad situation immediately, like within a second, you were dead.
Yeah.
And I think that's what made games so difficult, is unforgivingness.
Yeah, because the developers, getting back on Ninja Gaiden here, Tomonobu Itagaki, the lead of Team Ninja, making Ninja Gaiden, I've seen the process of what he does, and they'll go through something, there was something they had where Ryu climbs up a ladder, and you go up that ladder, and you see a guy waiting there, and you're like, alright, I gotta fight this guy. Itagaki was like, no, fuck that. that guy needs to come out of nowhere. You're not supposed to expect him. He needs to fuck you up before you know he's there. So, like, just what the developer decides to do is what really makes the game hard in the end.
Yeah, and I think that while, I mean, I would like to hope and think that developers want their games to be hard.
Yeah.
They want, I mean, I also think they also want their games to be easy on an easy setting, but they could just, but if you crank it up to hard, it's literally hard.
I think they want their games to be passable.
They want
want you to be able to beat their game.
I mean, they want to be reasonable, hopefully. I mean, some developers just like, fuck you, this will kill you immediately and you cannot do shit about it. You just have to respawn and then restart.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not really a fan of that. I'm a fan of, okay, you understand that you screwed up and you just have to get better in order to beat it.
Fix it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not a big fan of it's like, oh, you fell into this drop hole, you're dead. It's like, well, it was a trap that's not in any other part of the game and you guys never explained it to me. It's just there.
Yeah,
and it's the only part
that's always fucking great. You're just walking, why is that there?
Yeah, something like that just kills you instant and you're like, okay, well, now I have to restart and now I know it's there.
Yeah.
I mean, games that are unforgiving but love you at the same time.
Yeah.
They let you know it's like, oh, okay, you died because you were not good enough. Not you died because we just decided to kill you at this point, so you have to restart it and play it, and you have to extend your time playing this game.
Well, another thing is dying and have to restart doesn't really even have to constitute a difficult game. I mean, getting lost and having no fucking clue what to do can be difficult too.
Yes. Yeah. I mean,
a game that just throws you out there and is like, this is your objective, but you figure out how you're going to tackle it. That can make a game difficult.
Yes. Yes. A lot of puzzle games. Not puzzle games. Yeah, I'd say puzzle games. Puzzle games, and to an extent some adventure games, will just be like, okay, well, this is what you have to do. Here's what you have. There's one way to do it, or maybe there's multiple ways to do it, but they're not going to tell you about it. You have to go about finding out and doing it yourself using your own intuition. And we'll, get back to other games in a second, but we're going to skip to what makes a game easy. Like, what makes a game easy?
What makes a game easy is the fact that you just breeze through it. You don't have to think. You're just going. You're just doing. And it's not like you're just doing something, you're doing something easy. You're just pressing one goddamn button. You're 99 nightsing this thing. You're going up against like a billion people mashing the damn X button and they're just flying out of the way, It's just easy. It's thoughtless. There's nothing that goes into what you're doing. You're just so accustomed to it.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to point out that games that are easy like this, I'm going to point out games like Call of Duty. Or, hell, a lot of modern military shooters, the story mode of those games is you are a fucking super soldier. I mean, and you're not supposed to be.
McTavish, damn it.
But I mean, you can stand there with an assault rifle and hose the shit out of thousands. You slay hundreds upon hundreds, even thousands of enemies in one playthrough of a Call of Duty game.
Yeah.
Or a Battlefield game.
Well, what's great is, like, I know for sure in World War II shooters, like, back in the day, you get on a turret, the minute you get on that turret, they start spawning guys for you to just run at your turret.
Yeah. And you just mow them down. Occasionally, one or two of them will stop at a designated position and shoot at you. Yeah. And then you just have to make sure you watch those positions and, like, most of the time it's like, make sure none of them get up close to you and make sure that they're not shooting you and killing you.
Yeah.
That's really, really easy. I mean, on the harder difficulties of Call of Duty, it can get difficult, but it's not as difficult as, like, it doesn't cause you the amount of pain and rage as, like, Ninja Gaiden on the hardest difficulty. That game, oh my gosh. I remember you let me borrow it, Hiko. When did you let me borrow it? Back in middle school.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Ninja Gaiden Black for the original Xbox.
Black is definitely the hardest Ninja Gaiden.
For the original Xbox, I was playing on normal. And I straight up did not get past the point where I was in a city and I met the chick with the big boobs. Was she in that one?
There's always a chick with the huge tits
whatever.
in Ninja Gaiden.
Blonde chick with big boobs. I think it was that Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah, she has a fiend sister.
Yeah, I met her.
Rachel.
And then I could not get past, like, the parts after that. I just could not. And maybe it was because I was younger, but that game was genuinely hard and made me rage really badly. But I wanted that.
Yeah, you know, it drove you. It gave you that drive to fucking do it. It made you go, I need to get over this.
That was part of the experience. And Call of Duty, it's like, well, I died because I couldn't see that guy. Guess I'll just restart and make sure to look that way, kill him, and then continue.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that playing Call of Duty on the hardest difficulty is not difficult. I'm just saying that, you know, Ninja Gaiden will mess you up. Like, way worse than Call of Duty. It gives you more leeway. It's an easier game in general.
Yeah.
Now, we're going to get into all of the game, or some games that we think are difficult, and some, like, genuinely difficult games that we really found difficult and we liked on the hardest difficulty, and some games that we thought were really easy on the hardest difficulty. But first we're going to talk about something that
Close to home
we really have to talk about this, because this is something that really
we talk
bothered
about
us.
this almost on a daily basis, honestly.
Yes. Skyrim versus Oblivion versus Morrowind.
Yep.
What the hell happened?
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people just like, oh, Skyrim is so fucking great, you know, Skyrim this, Skyrim that. But if you've played Morrowind, it's
even
just,
Oblivion.
Even Oblivion, it's a totally different game. It feels like. I mean, you're still doing basically the same thing, but it's a different fucking game. It's totally different.
It's more streamlined.
It's
which is fine, I guess, but it's not what me as a hardcore Elder Scrolls fan wanted. Yeah. I went out and I got Skyrim midnight release. I was like first in line at my local GameStop, and I beat the game within like a day. And it's a long ass game.
That's a lot to say, you know.
Like, I beat the game within a day, and afterwards I did not invest as much time as I did in Oblivion and Morrowind.
Yeah. Simply
because there wasn't much else for me to accomplish as far as difficulty-wise. We can get into the depth of those games because there's a lot of depth that needs to be discussed in our next installment, but I just, like, with Oblivion and Skyrim, they did something different from Morrowind. In Morrowind, the enemies did not scale with you.
No, they did not.
Wander into an area and you could just get fucking molested.
Because guess what? There's a freaking Daedric prince just hanging out there. There's a Daedric soldier just hanging out in this place in Morrowind. And you know what? You're level 1. You're going to visit a dude in a tent. You had no idea he was going to be there. You were fucking dead.
You had to run to the nearest town and hope the guards would save your ass.
Yeah, the guards. Oh my god, the guards were gods, dude.
The guards in Morrowind.
You didn't want to break the law because you get guards that kick your ass.
Until you were, like, at a ridiculously high level to the point where you basically beat the game. So you just went about trying to kill guards as sport. Yeah. And it was difficult because if you got too many on you, you were pretty much dead.
Yeah, and unless you could manage to drown them, you know. That was,
oh, yeah, I used to drown them all the time.
Always the good way to get rid of them. Or getting a blunt weapon, you know, just backing up and hitting them.
Yeah. Gosh. I mean, just the enemies didn't scale with you. And there were choices in Morrowind that you had to make that really affected the way that, like, you could straight up lose the game. You could not beat the game at all, ever, if you just decided to go about killing someone.
Yeah, that's one thing, too. In Oblivion and Skyrim, there's characters that won't die because you need them for the main story. You know, you could beat the shit out of this person in Oblivion and say, like, they passed out or something, right?
Yeah.
And they just get back up later. In Skyrim, you do it to them, and they just stay on their hands and knees for a little bit, and then they stand up like nothing happened.
Yeah.
Morrowind.
You killed them. They were dead.
You killed him. He was dead, and a little thing popped up on the screen. You killed so-and-so. The main storyline cannot be completed. And, you know, you're fucked. You know, are you going to keep playing?
You had to reload.
Are you going to keep playing, you know, without knowing what really happens, or...
You had to reload.
Yeah.
There was no way around it. You had to reload. And I liked Morrowind because it did not hold your hand.
It did. Not at all.
No, it was like, hey...
Somebody told you need to go to this town. You need to find that fucking town. You better figure it out, bitch.
Yeah, I mean, it genuinely did not hold your hand in any way. And what Morrowind was the one that had the dark map, right? Like when you looked at the map when you first started, it was all dark. You could not see the actual island of Morrowind. In Oblivion and Skyrim, you could. You could see the map.
Well, not only that, but it also has. I can't really. You can't quote me on Oblivion because I haven't played it in a while. But Skyrim, it tells you where all the major cities are.
Yeah.
You can't fast travel to them yet, but it tells you where they all are.
Yep.
Oh, and fast traveling. Oh, don't you wish they had that in Morrowind?
They did, but only on those
only on
those bug things.
In a certain town, you can go to another town. If not, you better get your goddamn walking boots on because you're gonna be doing some serious fucking walking.
Yeah, it did not hold your hand, and you know what? Though walking was dangerous as shit.
It was because you could run into that Daedric soldier
because
again.
You had to take the proper route. You had to. I literally had a map in front of me. Hiko did this too.
Yeah.
Hiko did this more to an extent than me. I had a map and I was like, okay, that route is safe. I know it because I've cleared it before.
Yeah.
I mean, I was like, okay, shit. I need to go from, Vivek is that? No, that's the god.
They had a town for him too. He had his own.
Did he?
Yeah.
Well, whatever. It was like a bunch of like giant buildings floating in a lake. I forget the name of the town.
Seadanin?
Might have been. Shit. I don't know. I haven't played the game in a while, but I still love it to death. Like, I had routes planned out to go to other towns because like, oh shit, okay. I can't go that way because I don't know what's over there. and I may get killed on my way over there. So I'm just going to take the safe route. Or if I was feeling adventurous, I'd be like, oh yeah, let's just go try and explore a new route, and then I'd get freaking molested by whatever the hell was out there.
Well, the thing about it too is that in Morrowind, you didn't have a limit to what you could really do the way you do in Skyrim. So whenever I needed to get from point A to point B, I'm standing here. It is directly north. If it's directly north. It's northeast. It's just if I walk in a straight line, it will be right in front of me when I get there. So I will walk that fucking straight line. But the thing about that is you're gonna be climbing up mountains.
But you could.
Yeah, you're free climbing these mountains, but you don't know whether or not there's gonna be an easy route down. So sometimes you'd free climb all the way up this mountain, and guess what, bitch? You're stuck.
Yeah.
Either you're gonna go back the way you came, or you're gonna risk that jump, and you're definitely gonna die.
Gosh, I miss games like Morrowind where they did not hold your hand and they allowed you to they were like, okay, here's the deal. We're gonna put you in our game. Good fucking luck.
Yeah, that's what it was. You just started. Good luck, bitch. Figure it out. Here's a dagger. Go for it.
Skyrim and Oblivion just gave you the quests right off the bat.
Yeah.
They told you what you were doing. In Morrowind, you really didn't figure out what the hell you were trying to do until halfway?
A good way into the game. All you get is they tell you need to go to Balmora.
You need to talk with the Blades guy. You were confused as shit, and you were like, what is happening? Well, you know what?
There's a shirtless drug addict in Balmora that you have to talk to. Who's going to help you out?
And you didn't know who the hell he was or where he was. You just knew his name.
Yeah.
Did you? Yeah, you knew his name.
You knew his name.
You were told his name. You were told what city he was in. You didn't know how to get to the city. Or where his house was.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, so you had to go find your way to the city. If you were smart enough to go and talk to everyone in the starting town,
you could have just taken
that Strider thing. Is that what it's called?
The Silt Strider or something like that.
Yeah, you could have taken that guy to Balmora. But if you didn't, you decided to take the road, you would get a wizard falling out of the fucking sky.
Yeah, if you took the left road, that is, you got a wizard that fell out of the damn sky.
And there were these scrolls here, the Scrolls of Incarnation Flight, and you were like, oh, that's cool, I can fly. No, you can't.
You can't fucking fly.
You can transport to the other side of, Morrowind and then die.
Yeah, because the scroll boosted your agility by like...
No, your acrobatics.
It was acrobatics? It was your acrobatics by like 1,000.
9,000 or something. It was ridiculous. And the game scaled properly.
Yeah, it did.
Like, with regards to your stats, it was like, okay, at 100 acrobatics, you could jump, like a basketball player. More, basically. Yeah. You were an athlete, But at 9,000, you could jump into like the stratosphere.
And you did.
And then you died.
Yeah, unless you landed in the ocean.
And the game was like, the game didn't even hold your hand. It was not like, oh, by the way, don't use this. It's dangerous as shit. No, it's like, oh, hey, here's some stuff.
Yeah, the only way you know it's dangerous
Is
is if you read his book.
Or if you use it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people
you don't want to read a fucking book.
Yeah, that is partially due to depth and partially because of difficulty. You actually had to read shit in Morrowind to understand what was happening. In Skyrim and Oblivion, you could just skip through all the conversation text, and then it'd give you a waypoint to go.
Oh yeah, I've done it. I've done it.
Because you honestly didn't care. You're like, okay, fuck this.
There's a cutscene in Skyrim where you learn a shout or whatever. I went to go take a piss.
Yeah.
I didn't give a shit.
And then you came back and you already knew what you were.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay, he's flying right there. Let's do this, you know?
Yeah. I mean, we want games that don't hold your hand. And now we're going to talk about difficult games. Difficult games that we've played that we really like and we would recommend for people that are interested in playing a difficult game. Ninja Gaiden.
Ninja Gaiden, for sure. Difficult. I mean, you can't fly through that game. You can't. I mean, it's hard.
You will die.
You will die. You're going to die at least once playing this game.
Yep. All of the Ninja Gaidens pretty much too.
Yeah. Even the old Nintendo ones are hard.
Yeah.
They are fucking hard.
Yeah. Another games. The Soul series. Demon Souls and Dark Souls. Both hard.
Oh, I need to play those.
Both hard. I played a little bit of what's the new one? Demon Souls?
Newest one's Dark Souls.
Dark Souls. Played a little bit of Dark Souls. Hard game. But you know what? It was hard in the way that you knew why you failed.
Yeah.
And I like that. Same with Ninja Gaiden. You're like, you knew that you just were not good enough to take on those guys.
You weren't fast enough. You weren't blocking at the right time.
You didn't know the
You
correct...
were dicking around.
You
That's
didn't
what
know...
You were doing.
Yeah. You were like, oh, I'm going to use this weapon because it looks cool. No, you need to use the weapon that'll counter those assholes.
Yeah.
Another game. Metro 2033.
Metro 2033. You need to be on the fucking ball.
On the hardest difficulty, it is straight up one-hit kill with pretty much everything on every enemy. Like, the guns straight up do more damage to everything. You could one-shot enemies, but enemies will one-shot you.
Yeah, just because you're OP doesn't mean they aren't, and it doesn't mean it makes anything any easier.
I mean, when you're going up, like, the most deadly people in Metro 2033 are the other survivors, the people with guns, because the mutants in that game are hard, but you have the advantage of having a gun. But given on the highest difficulties, you have no ammo at any point in time ever.
Any fucking point in time.
And ammo is also your currency, so you have to be like, shit, do I want, this body armor? This, these gas mask, gas mask filters?
Masks? Do you want first aid?
Do you want the first aid, the filters, or something to shoot?
Or do you want to get rid of your really good ammo for a lot of shitty ammo?
Yes.
Not even a lot of shitty ammo, just a little bit more shitty ammo.
Yeah, you could use 1 round of high-quality ammunition for 5 rounds of shitty ammunition, but you know what? Those 5 rounds of shitty ammunition will have you kill more enemies, possibly.
Possibly, depending on what you happen to be fighting, but you have no idea what you're going to be fighting.
Yeah, I mean...
That game didn't hold your hand at all.
No.
Especially on that highest difficulty, man.
There's no HUD.
I'm just walking around, there's fucking nothing.
There's no HUD. The only way that you can check your ammo is by actively looking at the weapon select screen, which doesn't pause the game.
Oh, no, it does not.
It's like you pull out a clipboard, and you have to check what ammo you've used, basically. Yeah. You're like, okay, so I have, 2 rounds of ammunition in my assault rifle, which is, more than I usually have.
Yeah.
Gosh. And on the highest difficulty, the game does not hold your hand, but is so fair in the way that you can screw up and you can die hundreds of times, but you know what? You know why you did that.
Yeah.
I did not have enough ammo to kill that person. Unfortunately, I need to go scrounge around through every area.
Or you better hope to Christ that you're
you
good
can sneak
enough to
past
use
him.
a knife.
You can
sneak past.
You can sneak past shit in that game. That is an option for you. You don't have to engage some enemies. I mean, you do have to engage some enemies, but some enemies you can just fucking. I'm gonna crouch and stay in the darkness and go.
And then you hear that shifting around. You're like, no.
You shoot out the lights and just crawl.
Yep.
The game was so good in the way that it refused to hold your hand on the hardest difficulty. Another game that was hard and that we liked. Operation Flashpoint Dragon Rising.
Totally underrated, too.
Underrated. We talked about earlier, it's a realistic game. A lot of people still actually play the game online. And it has
It's
some of
really
the
actually
best
surprising.
multiplayer in its own like genre.
For what it is, yeah, the multiplayer is hella fun.
Like
You can do a little war.
it's
is
like
what you can
it's
do.
a little bit RTS and some FPS involved. It's weird. You get like maybe 30 guys on some of the multiplayer maps and you organize them.
Yeah.
You know, you can tell them where to go because you're like the commanding officer. Like me and Hiko will do this sometimes. Even though the game's old and we don't play it that often, me and him will still jump into a game. You know, he'll be defending a base and I
Yeah,
have to go...
need to be some freaking Chinese dudes, and I need to defend this tower. And he needs to sneak up there and fuck my shit up. And he usually does. But the thing is, I got airstrikes, and I am good with my airstrikes.
Yeah,
in that game.
and you know what? If you don't direct your troops right, boom, airstrike, just killed your entire group of people.
There goes everybody you had.
Yeah.
And then they respawn, yes. But they have to come from all the way on the other goddamn beach. All the way across.
Like
this
they're new
island.
troops. And they have different names, too. They're
They
not
do.
like, oh, you have Chang Li back after like 2 seconds. No.
Nope.
You have Li Hao Sung back.
Yeah, there's different fucking guys now.
Yeah. I mean,
he's dead. You had to send a letter to his family saying that he died.
if you survive. I mean, and the first person, not the first person, the campaign for that game was so hard and meaty on its highest difficulty. It's not even that
The thing is, the game itself is on its highest difficulty when you start it.
but it gives you more tools.
Yes, when you increase the difficulty, your enemies don't get smarter. They don't get better guns.
They don't do
you
more
lose
damage.
Shit. You stop seeing a mini map. You stop seeing what direction you're headed in. You stop seeing how much ammo you have. You stop seeing what you have equipped.
You stop seeing your reticle. Like, all of these things just start cascading on you, and it's not like if you can beat it on like the easiest difficulty with all of your HUD equipped, you know, and all of these things telling you everything, you can beat it on the hardest difficulty. Did I say easiest before?
Yeah.
Okay, you can beat it on the hardest difficulty that just takes away everything, but
You'll just have a little bit of trouble.
you know, you have to be a better player.
Yeah.
You have to not rely on all these like crutches.
Yeah, I think you even lose waypoints on the highest difficulty.
Yeah.
So when you need to get from
You have
this...
to whip out your map.
Yeah, and you don't pause when you get your map. Oh, no, you don't. You can whip out your map and then somebody will show up and blast your fucking guys.
So you got to get into a spot.
You might get roadside bombed, too.
You got to like hunker down, get into like an area that's safe. You got to open up your map, and you got to check where you're going, and then you got to keep going. And it is so good in that way.
It did it right.
Yeah, games that do not hold your hand are fantastic. Because, again, it goes back to depth. It allows you to get immersed more. And we're going to talk about that in the next segment. But easy games. Games that we played that are easy. I'm going to start off with saying Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning. Easy RPG game. Third-person RPG. Immediately played it on the hardest difficulty because I heard it was easy.
Mm-hmm.
I heard the game itself was easy, so I was like, oh, I'm just going to crank it up to the hardest difficulty because I do that on a lot of games too. Most first-person shooter games, I crank up to the hardest difficulty and beat them like that immediately once I get them.
Yeah.
Not really with RPGs because I like to, you know, immerse myself in the game a little bit. But Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning. Literally did not die a single time throughout the entire game. I dumped... Shit, how long did I dump into that game? 9? 10 hours? I explored it pretty thoroughly. It wasn't that long for an RPG game of its size and scope, but, you know, 9-10 hours, pretty much cleaned out the entire game on the hardest difficulty without ever dying.
Yeah, you know, you just remind me, Fable 2. Fable 2, I got that game the day it came out. I was so excited. I was a huge fan of Fable 1. I played Fable 2 and beat it in 2 days. I can't tell you how many hours I put into it, but I beat it in 2 days. I was so disappointed. You had infinite mana. There was no mana meter. You could keep casting spells as much as you wanted to. Granted, they took out healing spells. It still was just... It was wrong. The game wasn't done right. I mean, when they were making it... Peter Molyneux, is it? I'm not sure. The director of Lionhead or whatever. He's like, this game, we're getting it right. Everything we didn't get to do in Fable 1 that I promised we would do, we're going to do it in Fable 2.
Which makes you excited when developers say that.
Yeah, and the thing is, if that's really true, Basically, they took all the shit that they didn't need in Fable 1, like shit that he didn't put in because it's just extra shit, and made a game out of it. And it was awful. And after that, I'm never buying a Lionhead game again. Fable 3 came and went. I didn't bother with it.
Yeah, neither did I. After Hiko's recommendation from from his experience with Fable 2, I haven't gone out and purchased it myself. I mean, I played Fable 1 on Hiko's recommendation.
Good game.
I mean, and I loved the hell out of it. You had the
Lost
expansion,
Chapters.
yeah, the expansion version of the game, and that was just good. It added a lot more stuff to it. I mean,
It really did.
I had genuine fun with that game. I mean, it wasn't the hardest game ever. It was fairly difficult though.
It wasn't too hard.
It was okay.
I mean, you could beat it. I mean, probably now with all our experience, we could beat it so much easier.
Yeah, but I mean, the game itself was not bad.
Yeah, and then another one I gotta throw in there is Final Fantasy 13. I mean, Final Fantasy fanboys, don't get pissed, but that was a bad experience for me. It was so easy. There was an auto command. You could literally have your guys do their own goddamn thing. You just set them up with what command works against the enemy, and they'll just spam it. They'll just keep doing it. The combat tried to be like this real-time turn-based thing, and it just didn't work. It did not work at all. It was a weird system. It didn't work for me. It was too easy. There was no thought that went into that game for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I grinded for 2 minutes on the first part. After that, the rest of the game was a fucking breeze.
Well, that's disappointing, because I know a lot of people love Final Fantasy.
Yeah,
a lot of people.
They do. Final Fantasy has a good, loyal fan base.
I mean, I'm not into it myself, but, you know...
I've tried to get into it, you know. There's just too much going on in it. I like the older ones.
Yeah. We already touched on COD, but I have to bring it up again simply because it's easy. And I'm saying COD, but I should be saying most modern military shooters. Easy game. Easy games. Usually. Yeah. On the highest difficulty, you can pretty easily breeze through them. Not too difficult. You know, you have to know how to play the game, of course.
Yeah, obviously.
Like, it's not like I could give it to my sister or my girlfriend and tell them to play and they would beat it on the hardest difficulty. No, they would get raffle stomped. But anyone who's played, you know,
any first-person shooter.
Like another modern military shooter before will have a relatively... They could probably start on the hardest difficulty playing another modern military shooter.
Yeah, that's true. I know I can. I mean, any first-person shooter. Any shooter, honestly, at this point.
You just bump up to
third person,
hardest difficulty.
I can start on hardest and just get...
Like, every game we play co-op now, we bump up to the hardest difficulty because we complement each other well enough that we can usually get through it in about a day or two.
Yeah, which brings us to the next one, the newest Resident Evils, 5 and Raccoon City. Just so damn easy. Yeah. I mean, just waves and waves of enemies coming after us, and we're just blasting right through them like there's no problem.
And I just need to, like, say something. I understand that in... Resident Evil 5, you have the ability to basically make the game easier, even though it's on the hardest difficulty. We have the Smith & Wesson 500 Magnums.
Yes.
And we one-shot pretty much everything.
Yeah.
And if we really actually wanted to, usually we don't, we're dicking around whenever we play that game, but if we wanted to, we could take no damage and play the entire game.
That is absolutely true.
Yeah, honestly, we could. And that's okay, I guess, because when you first play through the game, like if you bought it new and then you decided to play it, it was somewhat difficult if you were alone. But if you're with another person,
it's not hard.
It's not that difficult once you understand it.
A person is always going to be smarter than AI.
Yeah, the AI in that game is terrible. If you try and play with the AI, you're gonna rage really hard.
The AI will fuck you. It will.
Yeah.
Which sounds great, but no, you don't get a scene of the two hooking up. No, the AI just fucks you. It gets you killed.
Yeah, you don't get to get naughty with Sheva.
Raccoon City though,
yeah.
Raccoon City, we touched on that earlier. We got it. We beat it really quick. I mean, the only enemies that were difficult in that game were the boss enemies,
which were unreasonably difficult.
It's not that they kicked your ass or anything. It's that they tanked damage.
They took forever.
Oh my god, Nemesis. When you had to fight Nemesis in that game,
it's not like we were dying. It's like we had to sit.
I don't think we died at all fighting Nemesis. I think I died like once or twice, but you revived me.
You died a lot, but that's usually how we play. It's like he's the one up front.
Yeah, I'm up there like, doing a lot of damage just so he can do even more with a powerful weapon from a distance, you know?
Yeah.
You gotta sacrifice something.
Usually Hiko's the distraction whenever we play co-op games, but I mean, whenever he would go down, I would just run over and get him really quick, then go back to my spot, and he would continue what he was doing. we really had like not that much difficulty with the game itself, other than like the bosses. Like who's that guy? The guy with the white hair, the Russian guy.
Oh fuck! He one-hit everyone. Yeah, and you couldn't kill him. You never got the opportunity to kill him.
You had to sit there and shoot him when he was shooting you with a sniper rifle out windows. You had to sit there and shoot him and throw grenades in the windows for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, because it's a timed sequence at that point. I'm pretty sure it's timed sequence.
I don't know, because we wailed the shit out of that guy. Yeah, and we were trying to like check if it took a certain amount of time.
He took enough damage to win the war in Iraq.
Or if it took, a certain amount of damage being done.
Yeah.
And you know what? The times we played through it, it didn't matter how much damage we did to him. We just had to stay alive for a certain amount of time and shoot him periodically.
Yeah.
And then, we'd progress.
Well, then there's that part where 2 tyrants jump in. Right there next to that bus. Literally, all you do is run around in circles around that bus and keep shooting the tyrants.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I thought it was 3, wasn't it?
No, it was 2. I think there might be a part where there's 3, but it was 2 at that one.
Yeah, 2 tyrants drop in on you. But if you're playing co-op with, some reasonable people,
it's not hard.
You're going to have no issue with that. You can kite them.
It takes time, but, it's not hard.
Yeah. All right. We want, to close it up, because we're pretty much done with this,
long-ass segment.
Yeah, this is probably going to be our longest segment, but it's something that we really needed to touch on.
Yeah.
Because there was so much to say about it. We're going to wrap it up with saying we would love for the gaming community to get its difficult games back. I mean, I understand that there are some difficult games left. A lot of them are like PC games or like not so much on consoles. You don't really find really, really difficult games on console anymore, except for like Ninja Gaiden. What are some other difficult games? We haven't played Red River on Operation.
But apparently it's horrible.
Apparently it wasn't very good. I mean, but the new Metro Last Light is coming out, so hopefully that'll be good and difficult. It won't hold your hand. Maybe the next Elder Scrolls, not the MMO. No.
That's gonna be easy because all MMOs are easy and repetitive. No offense.
Pretty much. Almost all hotkey based MMOs are the same game. With a different theme.
That's the only way you can make it an MMO.
With a different theme, and then maybe like a gimmick. And I say gimmick, but I mean like its own little twist on things.
Instead of having a mana bar, you have a mana sphere.
And, that's why I'm so excited for PlanetSide, because it is an MMO, and it is persistent. You do constantly level up your character, you get more stuff, you unlock more things.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for nerve gear, honestly, so I can just put the helmet on.
Again, from an anime we're watching. I'm so excited for that, because the skill level is based strictly on skill. Not the skill level. The amount of damage you can do is based strictly on skill. I mean, it's not like this super badass guy that's like level, I don't know what the levels are on PlanetSide, but like level 80 or something, which is like the top level in WoW right now, I think, can completely decimate a guy that's new to PlanetSide, because the guy that's new to PlanetSide cannot do any damage to him. Because, in other MMOs, if a level 80 goes up against a level 1, the level 1 can just not kill him. The level 80 has too much armor, too much health regen.
I don't think the level 1 has a chance in an MMO where it's like that, unless, the level 1 happens to be some kind of spellcaster that can use, like, fear and make your ass run away.
No, you simply don't have enough skills at the beginning. You don't have all those skills to use, because usually you unlock them over time. You just can't do it. In a straight-up fight where one guy is actually trying to kill the other guy and vice versa.
That's what you are. You're a fucking wild boar.
Yeah, you're useless. But,
you're that useless skin around a vagina. You're a woman.
Nice. Nice. It just alienated all one of our women viewers. Yeah, we would love for the gaming community to get behind games being difficult again and not holding your hand.
Yeah.
We don't want any more of this modern military shooter, easy hand-holding with a lot of script. Well, no, we're going to talk about scripting in the next segment. Just really, really easy stuff. We don't want any hand-holding. We don't want... maybe some hand-holding. Maybe a little bit.
Not hand-holding. Just point me in the general direction.
A tutorial.
You don't even need a tutorial for a lot
so
of
that
games.
we know...
Point me in the general fucking direction.
Just tell us the mechanics.
Yeah.
and then we're good.
Tell me how to work it, and then just tell me run that way. And once you get there, there's gonna be other stuff, but that's it. That's all the information I'm fucking giving you.
Yeah, and so that you have to literally invest time into beating a game, and you get satisfied once it's over.
Yes, and we're not saying make it so hard where it's unbearable, where you're just like, oh, I can't beat this game, I'm never gonna beat it, and you just.
But make it satisfying. Make it a satisfying win. You know, when you beat Ninja Gaiden on the hardest difficulty, you're like, fuck yes, hell yes, my god, I'm awesome, yes, and you go and tell your friends about it.
You have fucking bragging rights, man. You can go up to anybody and be like, yeah, I beat Ninja Gaiden on the highest difficulty, and they'll shut up.
That's like soloing Halo, like a Halo Reach level on Lasso, which is all skulls on Legendary.
That's hard. We're including blind here, because without blind, you're cheating.
I mean, well, you cheat. I do it with all... I've done it before. I've beaten, you know, the majority of the Halo Reach levels with all these skills on. And it's kind of, like, gimmicky how you do it. You have to do a lot of, like, weird routes, and you have to, like,
You have to find a way to get around everyone, basically.
And you have to kill certain people in order to progress.
Yeah.
But it's really difficult. It's kind of a gimmicky thing, but at least it's there. At least it's a level of difficulty that is added.
Yeah.
You know. And is that pretty much all we were going to say for this segment?
Yeah, I think we can close it out.
All right. Well, I've been Tenebrae.
Krog the Destroyer.
He means Hiko. And we've been Loud Noises Gaming. Thank you for watching our gaming breakdown. We love you. Do you love him?
I don't love anyone.
Well, I love you. Bye.